Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Workhorse stock. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, join the family, guys. Let's go on our investing journey together. So today we're going to be talking about Workhorse stock. And if you guys don't know what Workhorse stock actually does, they're actually an EV company that basically produces electric delivery trucks, right? The big news kind of surrounding Workhorse stock right now is the USPS contract. As you guys know, Workhorse is currently in talks with USPS about a $6 billion deal to roll out 180,000 vehicles. And so looking at Workhorse's 5-year chart here, guys, this thing IPO'd December 11th of 2015. So it's not a super old company, but it's also not a super new company either. But it is up 244%. Even looking at the 1-year chart, it is up 505.97%. It's basically a huge growth stock. It's been growing a lot lately over the past year just because a lot of EV companies have actually been getting a lot of steam lately. As you guys know, there's a lot of people who are super bullish on the whole EV market just because they know there's a huge, vast potential that can be reached with basically all these EV vehicles. You have to understand that the innovative technology that's starting to come out for these cars, what these vehicles can actually do, and what their future is going to be, has so much growth and so much in store that a lot of people are actually picking up these stocks like crazy. But the sad thing about Workhorse stock right now is the USPS contract is currently on delay, and a lot of people are actually starting to get really skeptical right now. Is should I sell Workhorse stock? Should I sell my position in Workhorse stock? Now, obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion, but the reason why I think you should not sell Workhorse stock is because you have to understand that even though Workhorse stock doesn't land the USPS deal, or even though it's a little bit delayed, you have to understand that Workhorse as a company still offers a lot. You have to understand that the whole delivery service and being able to produce electric vehicles that basically are delivery trucks is going to be a huge market. And you have to understand that there's a lot of growth to happen in that market. I know that a lot of people went ahead and actually sold their positions, but a lot of people are asking, is Workhorse stock a buy at $20? And like I said, I think people should buy the dip on Workhorse stock. I think Workhorse stock is worth the investment. Now, you guys have to understand, when I pick up stocks, I actually look at the long-term gain of the actual stock itself. Not what Workhorse is currently doing now, but where could Workhorse actually be in the next 5 to 10 years? You have to understand, though, that, and I'm not going to deny this, but the USPS deal is a huge catalyst for this stock, right? I think a lot of people know that Workhorse stock probably needs this deal, or else, Workhorse stock is probably going to continue to sink. And the only thing that was kind of keeping it afloat was the talks of the USPS. But the minute that people found out that the contract was getting delayed, a lot of people opted to sell the stock, kind of take profits for now, and kind of see how things play out. You have to understand too that, there was a short seller report on Workhorse stock basically saying that they were misleading investors, saying that USPS is actually not going to pick Workhorse stock, that USPS is not actually interested or intrigued by Workhorse's vehicles and what they actually have to offer, which didn't really have too much effect on the stock in itself. And you also have to understand, guys, when you're working with a short seller, their main target is to make the stock actually go down. So you always have to take what they say with a grain of salt. I am not saying the short seller is right, and I'm not saying he is wrong. I'm just saying you have to understand where their point is coming from is to make sure that the stock is actually going downward, because that's how they make money. But for me, I think Workhorse stock is still a buy for now. I think people should buy the dip on Workhorse stock just because this stock still has a lot of potential. You have to understand that not only is Workhorse stock always getting analyst upgrades, but the whole kind of big time investors are really bullish on the whole EV sector, because they know that, there's still so much ground to make up when it comes to battery power in itself. You have to understand that, Tesla, founded in 2003, didn't really see much success until the last couple of years. They've had the last 5 quarters were all profitable, but that is in recent. A lot of people thought that Tesla was going to fail. A lot of people thought that Tesla wasn't going to make it. It was a joke of a company, but now look where it currently stands. But that all happened with time. And it's the same with Workhorse stock. I think people just need to give Workhorse stock some time so it can grow. And like I said, Workhorse stock is not out of the USPS deal just yet. They're still negotiating it. And you have to understand, with the whole pandemic running around, it's going to de-escalate everything, and it's going to make the process a lot slower. You have to understand that right now companies aren't looking to spend that much money right now. Even though they may be inclined to a certain extent, you have to understand that making these big deals is going to take a little bit longer than what people expected. But I still think Workhorse still has a good chance to get the USPS deal, and know that if Workhorse does not land the USPS deal, there's a lot of other companies out there like FedEx, UPS, Amazon that all have delivery trucks. So I would not be surprised if Workhorse Stock actually picked up a deal with one of them instead or as well. You know, you guys have to understand that Workhorse still has a lot of potential, and the product they offer is very specific, and it does have a use in the current market. You have to understand, once the whole pandemic is over, delivery is going to be going up like crazy. We also have Christmas time coming around, and you know, a lot of people like to order off Amazon. So you have to know that there's always going to be a lot of delivery trucks out. So it's not that Workhorse's idea or its business model is a bad one, but I think a lot of people are really banking on this USPS deal. Even a lot of analysts saying that, you know, Workhorse does need this USPS deal so that way it can get itself going on the road. But me personally, I still think Workhorse stock is a buy. And like I said, guys, that's just my personal opinion. You guys, you know, have the right to think whatever you want about the current stock. But to me, I think $20 for a Workhorse stock and the whole business model and the idea they're approaching, I think it's a definite buy, and I think people should buy the dip on Workhorse stock. But with that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Workhorse stock. Do you think Workhorse stock is going to land the USPS deal? Do you guys think Workhorse stock is not going to land the USPS deal? And I'm also very curious to know how many shares of Workhorse stock you guys own. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.